Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this AEGISLINK wireless interconnected smoke alarm. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So if we look on the side here, it says operating temperature is 40 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 4.4 to 37.8 degrees Celsius. Operating relative humidity is less than or equal to 85%. Non-condensing relative humidity. It says test weekly and vacuum the outside of the device once per month. Replace the device within 10 years after the date of installation before it reaches its maximum lifetime. For further information, refer to the user manual. So this smoke alarm has a 10-year lifetime, and that's pretty common for smoke detectors. Some have less, but you do want to replace them regularly. Here we have a user manual. Here's a product profile. We have the test silence button on the site, has an LED indicator, has a buzzer, pinhole pairing button. So let's see, that is for the, okay, so that's not the model this is. This is the S-RF500. So let me find that one. Okay, so that's here, but it has pretty much the same components as the other smoke alarms. So this comes with the alarm, mounting brackets, 2 screws, 2 anchor plugs, user manual, and 1 pin. So this is an interconnected smoke alarm. So I'll get back into this. Let's pull this out and look at it real quick. So here's the smoke alarm. You can see it has plastic with this kind of stainless looking mesh on the sides. The test button here, place to write the installation date. And here's the battery. Looks like this might have popped out. So this will go in here. This is a CR123A, and it has a little tab in here. So I think when you buy this, it has this plastic in here you need to pull out to activate it, and looks like it fell out. So let's push this in. So then it has this mounting plate. So this you will attach to your ceiling or wall. Accidentally push the button on here, and then you'll turn this to lock it in. It might be a little tricky to do when it's not screwed to a surface. So then we have the buzzer is here, and then it comes with screws and a pin. So this is an interconnected smoke alarm. So that means if you have multiples of these, when one is triggered, it will trigger all of them. So that's a very nice safety feature. And that's actually code in a lot of places. In like new buildings, they'll have interconnected smoke alarms. So let's say for a situation you have one of these near your furnace and your furnace catches on fire and you're on your second floor in your bedroom on the opposite side of the house. So you may not hear the smoke detector, but with the wireless interconnect, it will set off all of the smoke detectors in the house. So you'll definitely hear it. So that can be a huge difference in time. If you had to wait for that fire to get big enough in the furnace room to spread all the way to trigger an alarm near you, your whole house could be up in flames. This would greatly speed up the amount of time you would have to get out and call the fire department and hopefully put out the fire and save your house. So there's a reason interconnected smoke alarms are preferred over standalone smoke alarms. So if you look at the AEGISLINK smoke alarms, you'll see that it has RF in the model number. So all the AEGISLINK models that have RF, that's radio frequency I'm guessing, will interconnect together. So if you have this model and you have some of the other models like the ones we saw in the manual here, you can intermix those different models. So to interconnect, it says make sure you only work with 2 units at a time and they are both activated to ensure successful connection. It says press the pinhole pairing button on the back of one of the 2 units using the included pin. It will beep once and the LED will flash red slowly, indicating it has entered pairing mode and is waiting for a new unit to be added. Hold down the pinhole pairing button on the other unit until it beeps once and its LED flashing red rapidly as it is searching for a unit to connect to. After the search is successful and interconnected group is created, both units will beep once and automatically exit the interconnection mode. At this point, both units will only flash once every 60 seconds, indicating they're in normal standby. So if you want to connect more after that, you can pair it with either one of them and it will pair the whole system together. So when you're pairing them, you only want to have 2 at a time, the one that's already paired and then the new one together, and you can pair them together, and you can pair up to 24 alarms. So that means you can put these in every bedroom, open space, hallways, in pretty much any house. That's a lot of smoke alarms, so that should easily be able to cover most houses, even large houses. So here's a little alarm here. It says how to disconnect. Press the pinhole pairing button 4 times using the pin and the unit will beep once. Then hold down the pairing button until the unit beeps once more to disconnect. After disconnecting, it can be reconnected to the same network or added to a new network. And then it has an alarm test, as all smoke alarms do. So to test a single alarm, it says press the test silence button. To test all, hold down the button. So you can test one at a time or you can test the whole system out. So I would recommend testing the whole system out after you get it set up. But here's the deal. This will be very loud. So you might want to do it when no one's home. And if you have some earplugs, you can put your earplugs in while you're testing them. And certainly, like, it wouldn't be a bad idea if you have dogs or pets to let them out, have some outside time while you're doing the testing. There's a little diagram on here that talks about where to put these. So you want to read through the whole manual. There's some more advice on where to put them. This talks about installing it. So it does come with those screws. This makes it very easy to install because you just have to install this plate. You can place it up against the surface you want to install against. You can mark for those screws, install this plate on here, and then this will screw right in. This will clip right in. So to replace the battery, you'll go up to your ceiling, you'll unscrew this here, you'll pull this tab, and the battery will pop out. So this has different alarm modes. It says the unit detects smoke and initiates an alarm. The LED flashes red 3 times every 4 seconds. 3 quick beeps every 4 seconds. Dangerous smoke concentration is detected. Open nearby windows and doors and immediately move to fresh air. Then it says all other interconnected units in the network, they flash red and green 3 times sequentially every 4 seconds. 3 quick beeps every 4 seconds. So this has different alarm modes. You can read through these. It says here if the initiating unit is triggered by smoke, when one smoke alarm is triggered in the interconnected network, the unit will beep 3 times, paired with the LED that flashes red every 4 seconds. Any other interconnected units will follow suit. They will beep 3 times every 4 seconds, paired with the LED flashing red and green in succession. So this does have a silence mode. It says if you press the silence button during the alarm state, the unit will be in silence mode for 9 minutes. So you could press that for nuisance alarms. So if you have something in the kitchen that sets off the alarm, you can mute it. So if you mute one and you still hear one going off, that's the one that triggered. So if this goes off in the middle of the night and you hush it and you have one going off, that will be the one where it was triggered. So say you're in a house and they're all going off and you were to hush it and you hear the one in the furnace room going off, and maybe your furnace is on fire. So here's the tech specs. Operating life is 10 years. Battery life is 5 years. Sensor type is photoelectric. Safety standard is UL 217. Then we have the temperature and humidity, which I talked about. The loudness is greater than 85 dB at 10 feet. Silent duration is about 9 minutes. Operating frequency is 915 megahertz. Transmission distance is 820 feet or 250 meters in the open air. Okay, so let me test this again, and I'm going to mute the audio in the video. I'm going to also hold my thumb over this. Maybe it'll make it a little quieter, I don't know. So I'll press this so we can hear what it sounds like. So you can see that red light here, and we can see it beeping. So that's the AEGISLINK wireless interconnected smoke alarm. I highly recommend getting interconnected smoke alarms, especially if you have a larger dwelling, if you have a larger house. Having interconnected smoke alarms can give you early notification of a fire. That can help you get out safely. It can help save your property. And with smoke alarms like these, it's super easy to set up. You don't have to wire them. You just do your pairing on them, put them in place, test them to make sure they're working, and you're good to go. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.